Good morning, guys. Am I audible? Kindly let me know. Okay, thank you. So let's start with today's lecture. Before going into today's topics, let's complete this homework question. Uh, I have got one answer, 22. So 22 is the correct answer. That is 22 number of states. I will solve it quickly. Uh, let's try to rephrase what exactly is this entire problem all about. As I had explained in the earlier lecture, that we should start from the innermost bracket or innermost variables. So what I can do is I can treat it as A, okay, this entire thing as B, and this total thing as C, whatever you wish to call it. So I will draw it all together in one shot. Okay, so I'm starting from the innermost bracket or innermost thing, which is 1 0 closure plus 1 1 1 whole closure. So first of all, I will draw 1 0 closure. And as you know, if I'm drawing a closure, I have to add two states, one at the beginning and one at the end. Okay, so this is 1 0 closure, right? Now, the question is 1 0 closure plus triple one. So whenever I'm adding something, whenever I know that there's a plus in between, as you all know, the path divides, right? So one path will be for 1 0 closure, and the other path will be for triple one, right? So that is what we have to follow. This is the basic thumb rule that we need to follow, right? So here comes triple one, and we are adding them together. That is, there is a plus in between. So again, we have to combine them together into one state like this. So we are done with the A part. Sorry, not yet. We still have the closure of this. So this is 1 0 closure plus triple one. Clear with this diagram? So I'm done with this much part, 1 0 closure plus triple one. So now I have to take the closure of this entire term once again. So if I wish to take the closure, but before that, check the answer once again. Yeah, check the question once again. It is basically 1 0 closure plus triple one ka whole closure, right? So we need to take the closure of this also. And as you all remember, if I wish to take the closure of anything, simply add two states, one at the beginning and one at the end, right? Okay, now you can take the closure easily. How? This particular term over here will be looped once, and this entire term will be looped once, right? Clear with this? Yes or no? Let me know. Yes, okay. So we have completed the A part, right? The A variable is done. Now we need to go ahead with the B part. That is A plus B ka whole closure. So now B is nothing but it simply consists of a single term 0. And there is a plus in between. So what I will do is I know that there is a plus in between. So there will be something like this, right? Okay. And the term itself is only a 0. So I can write it like this. And they are getting added up together. So it will be merged. So now we are done with the innermost part, that is A plus B, but this entire thing का फिर से closure हो रहा है, if you see over here clearly, right? So it's a long diagram. That's why I told you that try to draw it in the landscape mode. So it is A plus B हमने बना लिया अब तक. Now A plus B का entire closure करना है वापस से, right? So if I want to do the closure once again add states before this and after this, right? Don't forget to add the epsilons. Now it's again a closure. So यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक जाएगा जहाँ से originate हो रहा है, and one state from here to here. ऊपर space नहीं था इसलिए मैं नीचे बना, nothing else. Okay. So we are done with this much part. That is A plus B ka whole closure. Now what we need to do, we need to add 0, 1 at the beginning and 1 at the end. It's very simple now. So we simply need to add 0 and 1 at the beginning. So it will be 1 over here. It will be 0 over here. Okay, so this is nothing but the start state. And at the end, we simply have one more 1. Okay, this is your final diagram. So now count the states. Obviously, there are many. Just count the states and let me know how many are there. I got the answer as 22, so let's just compare and check whether it's correct or not. Writing it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, so we are having these 22 states to solve this problem. So I guess if you get the logic, then however big the question is, however number of expressions are there in the question, it's easy, really easy to solve it, right? Any doubts so far? Kindly let me know. Obviously, it's a lengthy problem, but it's simple. It's time consuming, but it's simple. And these sort of problems do come in the exam. Okay. So any doubts so far? Can we move ahead for today's lecture? Okay, thank you so much. So you can take the screenshot if you wish, or if it's fine, we can move ahead. Okay. So this is the topic for today. We have so far seen how to convert a regular expression into a finite automata. But this is the other way around. The next topic or the next concept is how are you going to convert a finite automata into a regular expression? It's the exact opposite thing, right? So the first thing we have to follow is there are certain rules which we need to follow. पहले concept को समझो. The concept is all about you will be given a finite automata. It could be a diagram or it could be a table. You have to convert that finite automata into a regular expression. Simple. So अब तक हमने क्या किया? We were given something like this, a plus b closure, and we drew the diagram corresponding to this. But now what we need to do is we will be given a diagram. It can be an DFA, it can be an FA, whatever. So in general, we are going to call it as FA. So basically, it will be an FA, and that FA you have to convert into a regular expression. So exactly opposite thing you have to do. But it is not that simple कि जिस तरह से गए उसी तरह वापस आएंगे तो डायग्राम बन जाएगा, RE बन जाएगा. No, we have to follow certain rules, and based upon those rules, we can easily convert an FA into an RE. Okay, so have a look over here. This is the concept which is called as Arden's theorem. Very important concept, and it comes in the exam every year for 10 marks, 5 marks, whatever. Okay, so have a look what exactly we need to do. These are following steps which we should follow. First of all, step number one is we need to write the state equation. हर एक state को देखो पहले. Have a look at every state of the diagram. Write the state equation by looking at the incoming transitions. I will show you an example. First of all, just try to read what exactly I have written over here. You have to write the state equations of all these states by looking at the incoming transitions. जितने भी incoming transitions हो रहे हैं for every state, kindly have a look at that and write the state equations. I will show you how to write the state equations. For the time being, just think of it like that. You have to check every state and see what is the incoming transition to that state. Clear? Along with that, in brackets, I have written you have to add epsilon to the start state equation. Whatever is the start state, you have to add epsilon to it. बाकी states में add नहीं करना है. Only start state needs to have an epsilon. Clear? Because we know that start state also has an input as epsilon. Right? Any doubts so far? The start state itself is having epsilon. Right? So that's why we add epsilon to the start state as an input. Other than that, no other states will be having epsilon as the input. Clear? So step number two is you have to perform n number of combinations of the following. Following कौन सा है? The following operations could be substitution, rearrangement, and finally, if you are not able to solve it using substitution or rearrangement, you have to apply Arden's theorem. We'll learn about the Arden's theorem in the later section. But the objective of this particular step is you have to apply substitution, rearrangement, and Arden's theorem to get all the state equations in terms of alphabets only. For example, a state equation, for example, Q0 cannot be in this form. I'm just giving an example. If it is in this form, you have to convert that in terms of A's and B's only. For example, something like this. Got it? So at the end, what we need to do is we need to apply n number of substitutions, rearrangements, apply Arden's theorem until and unless all the state equations are in terms of alphabets only. Clear with this? This is the theorem which we are going to follow. Arden's theorem is left. This is just the introductory steps. Clear with this? Kindly let me know. We'll solve the problems based on these, so don't worry. What exactly is this? We'll come to know. Okay, kindly reciprocate. These are the basic steps which we need to follow to convert an FA into an RE. Okay, so can we move ahead with what exactly is Arden's theorem? Then we can start with the examples. Okay, so let's see what exactly is Arden's theorem. Now, have a look. We are having three expressions. Okay, P, Q, and R. What exactly do we mean by this? Let there be P and Q be two expressions, and if P is epsilon free, so our first goal is whatever be the state equations or whatever be the expressions, we need to get rid of that epsilon. Once we get rid of the epsilon, then we have to convert the equation in this format. R is equal to Q plus RP. Now, this format is nothing but suppose you're having something like this Q0 is equal to Q2 plus Q0, Q3, something like this. So what exactly is happening? On the left hand side, we are having Q0. So we have to convert any equation in such a form that on the right hand side, the second term is also beginning with Q0. You're getting it what I'm trying to say? So basically, this is nothing but R, this is Q, this is again R, and this is P. Clear? Whatever be the equation, you have to convert that using, I have already told, using substitution, rearrangement, or apply Arden's theorem. Basically, we are talking about Arden's theorem only. So you have to either apply substitution or rearrangement and get the equation in this format. R is equal to Q plus RP. Don't worry, don't get confused. मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ अभी आंसर समझेगा exactly जब मैं diagram समझाऊंगा. Okay. So basically, whatever be the equation, you have to convert that into this format. R is equal to Q plus RP. ये समझा R क्या है Q क्या है. These are basically equations. Okay, these are basically some expressions. You can call them as any intermediate or temporary expressions using which we can get the final regular expression. Clear? So basically, this is nothing but R is equal to Q plus RP के form में we have to convert, and once the equation is converted in R is equal to Q plus RP, we can say that if you remember we had done in maths unique solutions. Linear algebra के time पे आपने किया होगा. I'm not recollecting what exactly the topic was. A particular solution, a particular question used to have unique solution. So similarly, for example, if we are able to convert the equation in R is equal to Q plus RP, we can say that that particular expression can be written as R is equal to QP closure. So this is your final answer. This is what we are trying to aim at. Now let me explain this with the help of an example. Otherwise, the bouncer jayega. Okay. So let's start with exactly what is Arden's theorem, and then we can come to a conclusion whether you got it or not. Okay. So don't worry, what exactly is this? I will come back to it one by one. So let's start with the very first problem. Kindly draw it. It's very simple. Do it along with me because you need to go back and forth again and again. So it's better if you write it on your notebook and then we can solve it accordingly. This is your diagram. This is a finite automata given to you. Now, I have already explained that this can be an NFA, this can be an epsilon NFA, or this can be a DFA. So, in general, we are calling it as a finite automata. Obviously, this is not a DFA. Clearly, it is evident that it is not a DFA because Q2 doesn't have any B transition, right? Similarly, this is not an epsilon NFA also, apart from this. Okay, so now this is your diagram. You have to convert this finite automata into an RE. How to proceed? Very first step. पहला step क्या था? You have to write these state equations. Yes or no? You have to write the state equations. So first of all, we are having these three states with us, Q0, Q1, and Q2. You have to write the state equations of each of these states by looking at the incoming transition. कैसे करना है? Let me tell you. Now we are having these three states Q0, Q1, and Q2. Now have a look at Q0. What are the incoming transitions to Q0 and from which states they are coming? Kindly let me know. Q0 पे कितने incoming transitions है and from which states are they coming? I'm talking about incoming, not outgoing. Two, correct. They are two because there is a self loop from Q0 itself and there is one more transition from Q1. Okay, so what you can do is you have to first of all look at the incoming transition of each state. Now Q0 is having incoming from Q0 itself. So we need to write the state equation like this. Have a look clearly. Q0 is nothing but it is Q0A. Why? Because it is getting the input A from the state Q0 only. That is why we have written this Q0A. Similarly, the next input it is receiving is from Q1 and that input is B. That is why we have written as Q1 dot B plus epsilon because it is the start state. That's why we have added the epsilon over here. Clear with this concept? Kindly let me know. This is a very basic concept for solving these problems. इनकमिंग ट्रांजेक्शंस देखना है कहां से वो ट्रांजेक्शन आ रहा है वो लिखना है दैट्स इट so it is basically q0 is equal to q0 dot a because we are receiving the input a from q0 itself in the form of a loop that is why we have written q0 is equal to q0 dot a plus q1 dot b because we are receiving the input from q1 itself that is q1 dot b clear what else it is a start state therefore there is an epsilon added to it okay clear with this kindly let me know if you're having any doubts okay so can you write the state equation for q1 in the similar fashion and let me know what is q1 q1 will be q0b plus q2a correct q0b plus q2a correct the sequence doesn't matter you can write q2 पहले q2 बाद में q0 कुछ भी लिख सकते हो no issues so as we did in maths you have to number those equations equation 1 equation 2 and so on right the first question I have solved for you the second question you have to do it for me okay similarly q2 q2 is having only one incoming transition that is from q1 so it will be q1 dot b if I'm not wrong correct clear so this was your step number one that is write the state equations so am I clear with the very first step पहले confusion हो रहा था लेकिन now it is clear I hope so now we can start with the second step that is you have to perform combinations of the following that is substitution rearrangement and then try to apply Arden's theorem in order to get the equation in this format that is r is equal to q plus rp Harsh, we have to put the epsilon only in the start state. That is what is mentioned over here. See, add epsilon to the start state equation only. So our start state is Q0. Hence, we have added it over here. Clear? So let's move on with the second step, that is simplification. Now, have a look. Apna equation kya hai? It is R is equal to Q plus RP. So basically, we have to convert all the equations in this format, right? Clear? So what we need to do is, first of all, have a look over here. Can we convert any of these equations in this format straight away? Kindly let me know. R is equal to, sorry, मैंने उल्टा लिखा है. This is R is equal to Q plus RP. So what we need to do is, we need to make sure that the left-hand side symbol or the expression should be present over here on the right-hand side somewhere, right? So can we convert equation one? कैसे करेंगे? How to write it? Can we do any changes? Yeah, we can place Q2 in Q1. Okay, correct. That is what I have done over here. Kindly have a look. This is simple maths substitution. So what I have done is put the value of Q2, that is put the value of equation 3 in equation 2. I have put it in equation 2. Why I have done it, I will show you. See, basically क्या हो रहा है? Have a look over here. It is Q2 is equal to Q1B. Okay. Q2 is equal to Q1B. So if I put this value of Q2 in this equation, this basically gets converted into something like this. Q1 is equal to Q0B plus Q1B dot A. Yes or no? I have substituted equation 3 in equation 2. If you're getting something other than this, you're most welcome. You can do this. There's no foundation ki 3 को 2 में डालना है, 1 को 3 में डालना है, whatever you may do. This is one of the solutions I'm pointing out. At the end, जो regular expression मिलेगा वो सबका same आना चाहिए. Same as in they should have the equal number of states, equal number of transitions. That's it. Okay. So one of the solutions which I have come out with is this. If I put the value of equation 3 in equation 2, I will get something like this. Is it clear? Yes or no? For the time being, let's stick with this solution. Later on, you can experiment with your solutions. So basically, can I write it like this? This is R. This is entire term is Q. The first term is R, and the remaining term is P. Is it correct? R is equal to Q plus RP. So we got the form, right? So if we get the form, that is R is equal to Q plus RP, we know what to do next. We have to write it like this. R is equal to QP closure because we are getting the unique solution. Why? Because just now we have converted our initial expression into this particular format, which is R is equal to Q plus RP. Now, don't ask me why it is happening. It is a theorem. We have to follow the rules, right? So we have to convert that expression into R is equal to Q plus RP format. And once if I am able to convert that, you will get the unique solution, which is given as R is equal to QP closure. So now the same thing is happening over here. I have put the value of equation 3 in equation 2. I got something like this. R is equal to Q plus RP. Hence, by Arden's theorem, I can say that R is equal to QP closure. That is, I will get something like this. R is equal to QP closure. Why? Because my R is Q1. Okay. Q is nothing but Q0B. So I've written Q0B over here. And P closure. P is this term BA. So सिर्फ P का ही closure लेना है. Entire term का closure नहीं है. It is R is equal to Q dot P closure. Don't get confused. It is not QP closure. Okay. ये wrong है answer. Second वाला. It is basically R is equal to Q dot P का closure. So now we come to know that Q1 is equal to Q0B dot BA ka whole closure. Clear? Clear with this? So now, so far, we have converted Q1 into an intermediate or temporary expression. But is the solution complete? Is the solution complete? Let me know. So far, we have just converted one of the expressions, one of the states. We are having total 3 states. And anyways, it is not complete. Why so? Because if you remember the very first expression, very first theorem statement, it was mentioned that we need to do so and so operations until and unless all the state equations in terms of alphabets only, right? So over here, we are not having Q1 in terms of alphabets only. It is also having one more state Q0 in between. So we have to continue doing these operations until and unless the states are getting converted to alphabets only. And when to stop, that is the main condition. ये किसी ने पूछा नहीं मुझे. Let me tell you when to stop. Basically, what are the final states? Final states over here are only one, that is Q2, right? So what we can do is we have to solve the equation until we get the equation of Q2 in terms of only alphabets. Once we get Q2 in terms of only alphabets, we can stop over there. Clear? So we have to solve it till we encounter Q2. Clear with this? Yes or no? ओके सो जितने भी आपके फाइनल स्टेट्स होंगे आपको वो सॉल्व करने पड़ेंगे इन दिस केस वी आर हैविंग जस्ट वन फाइनल स्टेट दैट इज Q2 so we can stop our solution at Q2. Okay, so let's move ahead. Okay, so let's move ahead with solving the equation further. We are still having this equation to be solved. So basically जो हमें आंसर अभी मिला that is Q1, we can number it as equation 4. Okay, So now what we can do is keep on continuing it, keep on continuing doing all the substitutions and arrangements. Okay, so that we get all the states in terms of alphabets only. Now, as I told you that we have to keep on moving back and forth. So kindly let me know where can we put this Q1 value so that we get again something in terms of R is equal to Q plus RP. What is the basic thumb rule? Have a look over here. देखो, Q1 is giving Q0B on the right hand side. Okay. So we have to find an equation which is having Q0 so that we can substitute that. Clear? It has to be having Q0 on the left hand side also and on the right hand side also. That is why we can make a substitution. Basically क्या है कि R is equal to Q plus RP बनाना है, right? So we have to make a substitution where Q1 is present over here and Q0 is present over here. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? So that I can substitute this Q1 with this entire equation so that the first term becomes Q0 and then we can apply R is equal to Q plus RP. Is it clear? I'm repeating once again. Okay. Basically, R is equal to Q plus RP banana hai, right? So try to find an equation which is having Q1 over here. Why so? Because I would like to convert that equation with this, such that on this side you are having Q0, so that if I replace this Q1 by this equation, it gets converted into Q0B dot BA ka closure, so that this term and this term becomes equal. Am I clear? This might get a little confusing, so a lot of practice is required. Kindly let me know if this is clear or not. Because any equation we have to convert that into R is equal to Q plus RP format. So try to find an equation which is having Q1 on the right hand side, which can be replaced by this Q0. So try to find out the equation over here. I found out that if I put this equation number 4 in equation number 1, we get such a result. Let's check. Yeah. So this is the equation number 1. As I had told you, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे Q0 फाइंड करो, राइट हैंड साइड पे Q1 फाइंड करो, so that this Q1 can be replaced by the corresponding value which is Q0B dot BA closure, whatever it is, right? So that is why I have substituted Q4, that is equation 4, sorry, equation 4 and equation 1. Am I clear so far? So if I substitute this, that is the value of this particular equation, which is Q0B dot BA closure in equation number 1, I get something like this. What about others? Only 2 people have answered. नहीं समझ आया तो kindly let me know. Clear. Okay. So basically, in the first equation, we have substituted the value of the fourth equation. So we got something like this: Q0A, Q0A, Q0B. So over here, you can see everything is in terms of Q0 plus that epsilon. So what I can do is, I can take Q0 common, right? So if I take Q0 common, it simply becomes A plus B dot BA closure dot B plus epsilon. Clear with this? So is it in the format R is equal to Q plus RP, or we need to do some changes? Is it in the form R is equal to Q plus RP? Yes, but we have to do some changes. How so? We have to put this epsilon at the front. As we know, if epsilon plus 1 is equal to 1 plus epsilon, right? Both are same things. We are simply changing the positions, right? So what we are doing is, we are writing the equation like this. It is Q0 is equal to epsilon plus Q0 followed by the term, whatever it is. Now I can say that this entire term is in the same format, that is R is equal to Q plus RP, where epsilon is Q, R is Q0, and P is this entire term. Clear now? So basically you have to do all substitutions and rearrangements to come out with the solution. Clear with this? Okay. So if I get this as an answer, I can again apply Arden's theorem, and Arden's theorem is nothing but R is equal to QP closure. Yes. So what is Q? Q is nothing but epsilon dot P का closure. P का entire term का closure. ध्यान से. This is the entire term P. उसका वापस से closure लेंगे, so we'll get something like this. Now the question is, epsilon into any number, for example, a plus b, is nothing but it is equal to a plus b only. Simple. So basically, if I add epsilon to any number, it remains that number only. If I multiply epsilon with any number, it remains that number only. This is the property of epsilon. So that is why epsilon dot anything is nothing but that anything only. Clear? So that is how we got Q0. Yes or no? This is your equation number 5. Clear with this? So basically, we are moving towards the solution now. We got this Q0 value. This Q0 value is completely in the form of alphabets only. Yes? Is it clear? Yes or no? Okay. So this Q0 is only in the form of alphabets only. So now what we can do is we can simply make use of this Q0 value, and ultimately we want to reach Q2. Yes or no? Because Q2 का ही हमें final answer निकालना है. Q2 is the final state. So making use of this Q0, can I put it over here, for example, in this equation? Can I put it in equation number 4 and get the value of Q1? सिंपल है ना. Q0 का वैल्यू मुझे मिल गया है. Q0 is all in terms of alphabets. I can put that equation in Q1, in this particular equation number 4, and get the value of Q1. And once I get the value of Q1, I can simply use it and put it in equation number 3. I will simply directly get Q2. If one of the equations is in terms of alphabets only, all the other equations will be in terms of alphabets only. एक वैल्यू मिल गया, बाकी सब मिल जाएंगे. So that is what we have done over here. We have to first of all convert one of the state equations into only pure alphabets. Once we get it, we can put the value. अलग अलग वे में सॉल्व कर सकते हो. ओवर हियर आई हैव पुट 5 in 1, whatever. मैंने अलग अलग ऑप्शंस दिए आपको. You can put 5 in 1, you can put 5 in 3, whatever. So finally, you have to solve it for Q2. At the end, you will get Q2, right? So what I have done, I will show you. I have put this equation 5 in 1. Equation number 1. What is equation number 1? This is equation number 1. Okay. Let me check. Okay. Kuch mistake hai. Let me check once. Not 5 in 1. It is basically 5 in this only. This equation. 5 in 4. या पुट 4 में पुट करो. मैंने गलती से 5 in 1 लिखा है. दैट इज 5 in 4, एंड वॉट एवर वैल्यू यू गेट, पुट दैट इन 1 and you will get Q. Put that in this 3. So basically, the substitutions will be put 5 in 4, and then whatever result you get, assume that as 6 in 3. 5 in 4, 6 in 3, and you will get the answer. Correct? So let me know the final answer. If you follow the same technique, if you follow the same rearrangement schedule, you will get something like this. Yeah, that is what I've written, 6 in 3. So यहाँ पे mistake किया मैंने, it is 5 in 4. Okay. Substitution is proper. I have written the numbering wrong. Okay. So you will get something like this. So solve it and let me know. Obviously, it's a lengthy question, but it was just the first question. That's why I took a little time to explain it to you. Otherwise, आगे simple होगा. Next problem onwards. Just solve it and let me know if you get answer like this. It's very simple. If you're having any doubts, let me know. A plus B, BA closure, whole BA closure के अंदर एक B आएगा. Check your answer. Jay, I guess there is slight mistake. BA closure के बाद B आएगा, and then the bracket will close in Q2. Kindly match your answers. I am getting answer like this. Has to be same. Yeah. Ayush, correct. A plus B into BA closure B whole closure. Correct. B dot BA closure B. B भी आएगा ना? Just check. B dot BA closure B. Kindly check. This B I'm talking about. ये भी है ना? हाँ, correct. Jay is correct. Don't make these slight mistakes. Even they are going to cost you marks. Okay. No, basically you need to find the final solution for the final state only, whichever is the final state. For example, अगर दो final states होंगे, then what we can do is, for example, if Q2 and Q1 are your final states, then we have to put a plus in between, or it will be an or. समझ रहे हो कि either the machine can be in Q2 state or the machine can be in Q1 state. आगे की प्रॉब्लम्स में हम लोग देखेंगे. So basically we are going to consider only the final states equation as the final regular expression. If we are having multiple states, we have to simply put a plus in between. For example, this plus whatever be the value, right? That will be your final regular expression. In this case, we are having just one final state, so we are going to stick with the uh, regular expression for that particular state only as your final answer. Clear? Can we move ahead? Next problem. So basically, I just want to know whether you got how to solve the equation and how to convert that into this format and then apply the Arden's theorem. So basically, we did some substitutions. Yeah, 1 second, Yash. I'm just revising once again. So basically, you just need to do substitution, then rearrangement, and convert that into the format R is equal to Q plus RP, and then apply Arden's theorem. Okay. So now let me show equation number 4, and then we can move ahead. This is your equation number 4. Okay, clear? So let's move ahead with next problem. We'll solve it. I guess the numberings have erased. It is Q0. Let me check. Q0, Q1, Q2, and Q3. Okay. So you have this problem. You have to solve this. Very simple, straightforward. Now we are having two final states. So you have to apply the same technique over here. The regular expression, the final regular expression will be like this. It will be combination of Q1 plus Q2, because plus is nothing but an or, right? So either the machine is in Q2 state or it is in Q1 state, both are acceptable. So whenever you are having multiple final states, जितने भी final states है सबके बीच में और करना पड़ेगा आपको. Either this or that. Clear? So solve this particular equation. Try to find Q1 and Q2, the regular expressions only in terms of alphabets, and then you can put a plus in between to get the final answer. Correct. In the final step, that is whenever we rewrite it, we need to write only the final regular expression. That is the states which are moving into the final state. See, the same thing we have written. Q2 हमारा final state था, so we have written only Q2's regular expression as my final answer. In this case, we are having two states, so हमें दोनों states के बीच में plus करके दिखाना पड़ेगा. Clear? Okay. Clear with this? Okay. So let's continue with this problem. Do both. Okay, how to start? We all know what is the very first thing. I'm writing it over here. We have to rewrite the state equations, right? So we have to start with Q0. What will be Q0? Q0 is nothing but the incoming transitions to Q0. That is, incoming transitions are from Q1 and Q2. If it is clear, yes or no? The same technique, same flow you have to follow. Q0 is having incoming transitions from Q1 and Q2. So I will write it like this. It is Q1.B plus Q2.A. Don't forget about this epsilon. Correct? Similarly, what about Q1? Q1 is having one incoming only. Yes, Q1 is having one incoming, that is Q0.A. Here. Similarly, Q2. Now let's see Q2. Q2 is also having one incoming, that is Q0.B. Here. What about Q3? Q3 is having three incoming. In fact, four incoming because it is having a self loop. So I have to write it like this. is Q1 dot A plus Q2 dot B plus Q3 के दोनों लूप्स उसी पे है, so it is Q3 dot A plus Q3 dot B. Clear? Kindly have a look at the diagram once again and then check your answers. Yeah, we can write Q3 A plus B also, no issues. But there's a catch. पहले लिखो फिर मैं बताता हूँ what is the catch present here. In all the sums, final states will have only one incoming state. No, ऐसा कुछ compulsory नहीं है. We can have different problems where we can have different values. Now, before starting with the substitution, I would like to tell you something. Have you written all the equation states over here? All the four states? Anushka, just wait. I will just tell you one thing. Over here, have a look at Q3 state. Pay attention towards Q3 state only. Okay. Is it not a dead state? ध्यान से देखो. It is not a trap state. It is a dead state. Why? Because whatever is the input, the machine remains in Q3. एक बार Q3 में पहुंच गया, the machine is going to remain in Q3 only. Yes or no? Yes, right. So what we can say is we don't want to burden ourselves by solving the equation for Q3 and all. What we can say is Q3 is a dead state. Hence, we are not going to solve the equation for Q3. Here, you can mention it over there. Redraw the diagram except Q3. समझा क्या किया हम लोगों ने? That is why I told you to wait because otherwise Q3 का expressions आप find करते उसमें late हो जाता. So what you can do is we can get rid of this Q3 because Q3 is a dead state, right? So whatever is a dead state, first of all, try to find that out and remove that from your main diagram. So we can mention over there that Q3 is a dead state. So we remove Q3 from the main expressions or main diagram. Hence, वापस आपको redraw करना पड़ेगा diagram and it will look something like this. So I'm getting rid of this Q3 from here because we don't want this Q3 anymore. Clear? You can see that any of the above states, it is not having Q3 in between. किसी में भी Q3 नहीं है expression में. So we can safely get rid of that Q3. In case किधर भी Q3 का यहाँ पे recall होता, so we would have to substitute the Q3 value over here. But that is not the case over here because we don't have Q3 in any of these expressions. So we can safely get rid of that Q3. समझा अभी सबको क्या किया? Okay. So next what you can do is now you can start solving whichever fashion you wish. क्या करना चाहिए अभी? We can put both the values of Q1 and Q2 in Q0 at the same time also. So this is equation 1, this is equation 2, this is equation 3. Can we not put Q1 and Q2 at the same time in Q0? दोनों साथ में डाल सकते हैं ना? Yes or no? Basically that becomes Q0 is equal to Q1 is nothing but Q0A B plus Q0BA plus epsilon. Can I not write it like this? It is possible, right? Let's check. I have not solved it yet. Let's go step by step. So what we can do is अभी समझो पहले क्या किया मैंने. Q1 is equal to Q0A था, right? So Q1 was Q0A. So I have simply substituted this Q0A over here. So it becomes Q0AB. Similarly, I have put this Q0B over here. It becomes Q0BA. Clear? Plus epsilon to thai pehle se. So it now becomes Q0 is equal to, I have simply rearranged it. Epsilon plus Q0 I have taken as common. It becomes AB plus BA. Yes. So now it is in the format R is equal to Q plus RP. Yes. Kindly let me know if I'm going fast. We have converted this basically into R is equal to Q plus RP. If I have omitted it, kindly write it over here. Put equation 2 and 3 in 1. ये मैं लिखना भूल गया था. Just write it. ताकि बाद में याद रहे. Okay. So what else? it is R is equal to Q plus RP. So now I can convert this in the format R is equal to QP closure. So it simply becomes Q0 is equal to QP closure, that is epsilon dot P closure. P is nothing but AB plus BA का closure. समझ रहा है सबको? Kindly let me know, kindly reciprocate if you're understanding what I'm trying to say over here. Yeah, okay. Next up, as we all know, anything multiplied by epsilon is that value only. So we get Q0 as AB plus BA closure. Now I know that this is only in terms of alphabets. So I can simply put this value of Q0 in equation 2 and equation 3 and get the answer. So I'm writing it over here. Put equation 4. Let me consider this as 4. Okay. So put equation 4 in 2 and 3. So I will get Q1 is equal to AB plus BA closure dot A. Is AB plus BA closure dot A, and Q2 is AB plus BA closure dot B. Now I got Q1 and Q2. Our final regular expression is like this. Why? Because we are having two final states, Q1 and Q2, right? So we have to put an or in between. So it is nothing but final regular expression will be Q1 plus Q2, that is nothing but AB plus BA का whole closure A plus AB plus BA का whole closure B. Yes, correct or not? We can further simplify it. We can further write it like this. We can take AB plus BA whole closure as common. It will be A plus B. This is your final answer. Clear with this? समझा अभी सबको कैसे सॉल्व करना है? बहुत सिंपल प्रॉब्लम्स है. पहले I took a little liberty. I took a little time to solve the first question slowly, so that समझे सबको. Now you can solve it even faster, right? It is AB plus BA whole closure dot A plus B. Clear with this? Any doubts? किसी को समझा नहीं, किसी को कोई स्टेप वापस रिवाइज करना है, काइंडली लेट मी नो. Okay, thank you so much. These problems are very easy to solve and very scoring. Just follow the logic and solve it. That's it. Simple about. So let's take the next problem. Okay, I will. Yes, no issues. I will explain this problem once again step by step. So no issues. You can follow along. Okay. So see this problem. It is Q0, Q1, Q2. But please next time से सब लोग time पे, or I can't repeat it again and again. Already we are running behind 2-3 lectures because I'm intentionally going slow. नहीं समझा अभी तो बहुत problem होगा. Okay, so be on time from next time onwards. Okay. So check this problem and try to solve it. Similar problem, no issues. बहुत same pattern follow हुआ है. Just go through it and let me know if you're getting the answer. It's very simple. Solve it. Okay, first of all, start with the equations. We're having this is a start state. Okay, we're having these equations Q0, Q1, and Q2. We are having these three states. Q0 is having incoming from Q1 as well as Q2, right? So Q0 can be written as Q1.1 plus Q2.0 plus Q2.1 plus epsilon. I can combine it together as Q2.0 plus 1 to save space plus epsilon. Okay. What about the next problem? Sorry, what about the next state? It is Q1 we are talking about, and Q1 is having inputs from Q0 as well as from Q1 self loop. So it is basically Q0.0 plus Q1.2. Okay, what else? Next up, we are talking about Q2. Q2 is having incoming from Q1 and Q0. So I can write it like this: Q0 dot 1 plus Q1 dot 0. Clear? Now try to proceed ahead and let me know what is the solution. Q1 is already in the format. Okay. Yeah, you can apply it directly, no issues. But generally try करो Q0 को पहले solve करने का. Generally. Okay. Because what happens is we need to get rid of that epsilon. If you remember, let me go back to the solution. Sorry, let me go back to the definition. Let's see what exactly is mentioned over here. Let P and Q be any two expressions, and if P is epsilon free, so we have to make sure that whatever equations we are trying to frame, that becomes epsilon free. So that's why we obviously start with Q0 first and then proceed with Q1 and Q2. Otherwise, अगर वो equation में दिया है directly, you can directly convert that into R is equal to Q plus RP. But over here, we try to first of all get rid of this epsilon. That's why we try to solve Q0 first. समझा? So that's why I'm writing Q0 first over here. No other reasons. Yeah, Harmish, I will send it. I will take the screenshots and send it. No issues. So how to solve it? Can we put equation 3 in equation 1? Can we put this equation 3 in equation 1? Q2 value. Can I do so? Yes. That is what I have written. Try to solve it. It's basically opening the brackets, nothing else. Right? So we will get something like this plus epsilon. Yeah, don't forget that epsilon. So we will get something like this. Now what we can do is we can take Q1 and Q0 as common. So we will get Q1 as common. So यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? It will be 1 plus 0 0 plus 0 1 plus take Q0 common. It will be 1 0 plus 1 1. If I'm not wrong. Or you can take Q0. Yeah, it is like this. Okay. Plus epsilon. So now what we can say is Q0 is nothing but epsilon plus this entire term, that is Q1 1 plus 0 0 plus 0 1 plus Q0 1 0 plus 1 1. Okay. What else? How to solve it ahead further? Put 2 in 1. Correct, we can do so. Because we want the equation only in terms of Q0, so we can put Q1's value in Q2. Sorry, we can put equation 2 in this. This is equation 4. So what I can do is put 2 in 4. Can I do so? Why we are doing this? Because हमें अभी Q1 की वैल्यू निकालनी है. We don't want just Q1, right? Yes or no? Otherwise I can't convert this into R is equal to Q plus RP. I want Q0 term only over here. So I can simply substitute the value of Q1, that is this value, entire thing over here. Then everything will be in terms of Q0. Yes or no? Try karo, continue karo. Let me put the attendance link in between. It's little tricky, not difficult. As the question length increases, it kind of becomes tricky. Otherwise, it's very simple. There are various ways of solving it. So you might have different solution. I'm having different solution. Let's solve it and then check it. In the meantime, let me give you one more solution. Are you confused now? Okay, I'm rewriting this something like this. ध्यान से देखो what I'm trying to do. Why to complicate things? Can you not write this as Q, this as P, this as R, and this as R? There are various ways of solving it. उसी में से एक वे मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. R is equal to Q plus RP we have to construct, right? So can I not call this entire term as Q, this as R, and this as P? Yes or no? Kindly let me know. Don't get confused. Simply follow the formula. That's it. We have to convert this into R is equal to Q plus RP. That is what we have done over here. Instead of this equation, ये एक possible way था. But the simpler way I have found out, this is something like this. Right? So always go for the simpler way. Otherwise, you will end up doing mistakes and final answer आपका wrong हो जाएगा. So can you not write it like this? So this becomes R is equal to Q plus RP. Next up, you can write it like this. R is equal to QP closure. So this entire term. Okay, now we know that epsilon plus something will be that something only. So I'm getting rid of this epsilon over here straight away. It is R is equal to QP closure. So this is Q dot P closure. P is nothing but 1 0 plus 1 1 का entire closure. समझा अभी क्या किया? Yes or no? So we got this intermediate equation as equation number 4 or 5, whatever it is. 5. Okay. So now you can make use of this equation and try to put this in one of the previous equations. अभी इसको कहाँ पे put करोगे आप? Kindly have a look. Can I put it in equation number? Let me know. Equation number 2. Epsilon is removed, right? Why not? Epsilon plus something is epsilon only, na? Praful. Where is the other one? Kindly let me know where is the other one. Because this is epsilon plus this. Okay. We are trying to remove it. It is QP closure. R is equal to Q dot P closure. So if anything, for example, this plus this is nothing but this value only. Yes or no? Why is there confusion? Kindly clarify that. I can't see any more epsilons over there. So what to do? Can I not put this equation in equation number 2? Yes or no? Can I put this in equation number 2 over here? Put 5 in 2. Okay. Try to continue this. I'm just telling you, put equation number 5 in equation number 2, and you will get something in terms of Q1. Because if I replace this Q0 by this Q1, then we can convert that into R is equal to Q plus RP format. Yes. So kindly continue this. We will solve this in the next lecture.